Have you ever wondered why so many video games, cartoons, movies, etc. all implement demonic, satanic, occult symbolism so often? It's because your subconscious mind is being programmed and manipulated to accept the suggested imagery as it normalizes into your reality, while everyone pretends that everything is just fine. Little do they know that the truth lies on the dark side. Come along as we go down a rabbit hole and discover the true meanings behind these symbols. If you haven't noticed, Combat Master is heavily supportive of Ukraine. The developers are based in Ukraine, and Ukraine is the artificial motherland of the Khazarian Mafia Caucasoid Canaanite Ashkenazi Zionist Jews, aka the Beast. This is why the symbol on the Ukrainian flag is the exact same as the Khazarian Tamga, which is the sigil of the deity Moloch.
One of the main symbols of the Olympics is the golden bull head or a calf head, which is an obvious representation of Moloch. Moloch was the false demonic deity that God forbid his people to worship. Still, some people choose to worship Moloch because he promises those who serve him and make sacrifices to him unimaginable wealth. The Olympics is celebrating this fallen god, and it's showing their direct opposition to Christ. They are telling us that they are the followers of Moloch, the beast. The Olympics also displayed the Pale Horseman, which is one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The Pale Horseman is believed to be death, a sign of the end times. If you have been watching my channel for the last few years, you would know that I've been calling out this horseman apocalypse imagery for some time now. The music industry has been using so much of this end times imagery for the past few years, since 2020 to be exact. I called out Beyonce for doing a photo shoot using the horseman apocalypse imagery. Same thing with Bad Bunny, who had a music video displaying the horseman. Even Afrobeat artist Rema showed himself as the horseman of the apocalypse. The entertainment industry has been shoving this imagery down our throats. They are doing this because they are announcing the end of the old world and the start of their new world. That's what this entire Olympic ceremony was displaying. That's the reason we have been seeing so much of this end times imagery.
They work for the 200 fallen Nephilim, evil reptilian draconian Count Draculas who drink the blood of children in Babylonian ritual sacrifices. This is why hundreds of thousands of children or more are missing every year and are being trafficked through underground tunnels that lead back to Ukraine.
See, everything is getting exposed in real time because their time is up. Because also you got to understand is that the intervals of certain numbers and frequencies is based on the fact that when you at the end of a seculum of a cycle, right? The 24,000 year purification period. 24 is actually acclimated to the year 2024, which is where you get another 6, right? Because it entails a certain vibration that is going to be propagated by the cosmos, right? So like I said, we in the sun cycle. So since we in the sun cycle, that has the ability to alter certain things all throughout the course of history, right? So when you're talking about these underground bunker systems, this is all connected to Babylonian Canaanite culture. So their time is up. This is why they getting exposed all throughout media, right? This is why they're getting exposed. This is another tunnel system that's connected to a synagogue. You got clothes, beds, all types of stuff in these underground bunker systems, in these tunnels under these synagogues, right? I need you to understand something. All Canaanite culture, all Khazarian culture is basically the foundation of Babylonian culture, right? Which is why it's based on trafficking. It's based on the extraction of organ harvesting. It's based on many different things. It's based on sexual proclivities and things of that nature. It's based on anything that goes against the natural order of human society, right? Which is basically a Luciferian energy, a Luciferian principle that is also connected to the Freemasonic order, right? So this is another video. And it tells you right here the massive tunnel system operation in Ukraine. So it's not only being exposed in the geographical landmass of America, which is Mystery Babylon, it's also being exposed in Ukraine, because the Ukrainians are the same people as the Khazarians or Ashkenazi Jews. They're basically connected to the same bloodline. We're going to get into that later on in the video, right? So it shows you trafficking tunnels, which is a cabal usage, right? So they have many different expeditions that they deal with all throughout that geographical landmass over in Ukraine. I'm gonna pause it right here. It shows you the mapping system of Ukraine, right? It tells you right here a gigantic set of tunnels right next to a port city, which is a smuggler's dream. So that's why you got the great majority of, you know, as far as the Democrats, they gave funding to the Ukraine government, right? That's because the democratic order in the Ukrainian society, they work in tandem. It's basically a tethered connection, because we all know that the deep state shadow government is basically the foundation of democracy. Because when you look at the suffix of the word democracy, you get Krasi, which is Kratos, which is Kronos, which is Saturn. So the god of Saturn is acclimated to Canaanite culture by way of the Ukrainians. They're under the same bloodline. We're going to get into it. Tells you right here, look at the demographics of Ukraine. It's crazy how the population has been dropping there for decades, right? That's because their time is up. When you had the expiration date of the Balfour Declaration, that's when they started to move on different, you know, move away from different geographical land masses, because their time is up. Because when you understand the inception point of the Canaanite, right, or the Jebusites, or whatever you want to call them, they are nomads. They don't really have a homeland. So when you at the end of a system, they have to relocate. So that's why the great majority of them are going underground in these tunnel systems, whether it's your low-level Freemason or it's a high-level elitist Freemason or oligarch, when they building up these billion-dollar bunker systems to escape judgment.
It's being done by the deep state shadow government cabal. They must pay veneration to these deities such as Baphomet, Baal, Moloch, Enlil, who is Yahweh, the alleged god of the Christian religion.
One thing you got to understand is that it doesn't matter what religion you follow. It's all showing veneration to the god of Saturn, who is Moloch, who is Enlil, who is Yahweh. According to the Tetragrammaton, YHWH is equated to the strong concordance of 1180 that spells out Baal, who is Baal, right? So when you look at the Khazarian Tamga, when you look at the Khazarian Ukrainian crest, when you look at the sigil of Moloch, they all work in tandem. There's a tethered connection to it, right? Because it's all based on human sacrifice. It's all based on trafficking, which is why you see Moloch holding a child right here, right? So it's not a coincidence when you look at the Jesuit order, the Khazarian Jews, all their synagogues had a tunnel system that was connected to a children's museum. Not a coincidence. Because as I was telling you in my last video, it shows you a video of these draconian reptilians needing a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, in order for the Canaanite to maintain dominance and power on the planet. But their time is phasing out.
They must pay veneration to these deities in order to remain in their position of power over the planet and its population by using manipulation tactics and psychological operations propagated by the video games we play, movies we watch, music we listen to, clothes we wear, drugs we take, and even food we eat. If we are not vigilant and meticulous of what we consume, our lives will be doomed to the elites and the corporations in these industries. They constantly show us whose side they're on and how they get down. You might be shocked just to find out how many of them support things like lolly pornography and worse.
They also added akimbo. There's also weapon perks. There's a new shotgun and black market cases. These black market cases, you spend real money to buy them, or you grind the game and earn CP. Lord knows why they called it CP. Actually,
As if the situation with Balenciaga couldn't get any more sick and sinister, it does. CEO Balenciaga's parent company owns an auction site that sells child sex mannequins with genitalia and faces, and these images are disturbing. So this is a screenshot that I took from the artist's actual Instagram page just a moment ago, and they call it F-face, and it's a child with a penis on his face and a butthole. And yet somehow this image has 1,300 likes. Allegedly, these pieces of artwork are selling for $50,000 to $150,000. And inside of this sadistic man's mind, he actually said that it's a waste of time taking children to art galleries because children are not human yet. So that's what he thinks of them. He thinks that they are sex dolls. And what we the people are not going to do is allow them to normalize pedophilia the way that they did homosexuality. Yeah, I said it.
Bro, that's what they're trying to do, though. Like, this is crazy, bro.
This is actual Illuminati shit, bro. Like,
bro, for real.
This is where
this is not surprising at all.
It's crazy to me when people feel like they still gotta wear designer clothes.
We must stay awake and aware of who and what we are dealing with. The more consciousness raised, the more children can be saved. And always remember, behind light there's shade. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and may the darkness be with you. Until next time, signing off.
We're different from the president. We're very discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded. These are the races we have to win. Others are winning the whole country. 10.
We're very discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded.